Most men believe success comes from working harder. They believe that if they simply rise earlier, work longer, and push themselves harder than everyone else, success will eventually follow. But after studying the lives of hundreds of successful people, I discovered something unsettling. Hard work alone does not create success. For many men, it actually guarantees failure. You are not lazy. You may work harder than almost every man you know. You rise early, you labor long hours, you pursue opportunity wherever it appears. Yet despite all this effort, your life seems to remain in the same place. Why is it that some men work tirelessly for years and see little reward, while others advance with what appears to be far less effort? After years of observing ambitious men in business, industry, and leadership, I uncovered a disturbing truth. Many hard-working men fail, not because they lack effort, but because they share one fatal flaw that quietly drains the power from nearly everything they do. In this address, I shall reveal what that flaw is and how you may eliminate it so that your hard work finally begins to produce the success it was always capable of creating. For many years, one question has occupied my mind above all others. Why do some men of great industry succeed, while others, who appear just as clever and just as driven, merely spin their wheels? I have watched men pour their very souls into their work. They are the first to arrive at their offices and the last to depart. Their schedules are fortresses of efficiency. They pursue every fleeting opportunity, launch a dozen ventures, and consume every piece of content on the subject of advancement. And for what reward? For most, the result is a quiet, creeping frustration. It is the feeling of being what some might call a busy fool, a man in constant motion, yet never truly advancing his position. You know this feeling. It is the exhaustion that seizes you after a 12-hour day, only to realize you are no closer to your true aims. It is the sting of watching another man who seems to do less suddenly pass you by in the great race of life. You begin to doubt your own faculties. Am I not clever enough? Am I not talented enough? Have the fates conspired against me? Your ambition, which once burned like a roaring fire, becomes a source of great anxiety and defeat. This cycle of intense effort followed by bitter disappointment is a demoralizing force. It leads to a special kind of despair, where the time-honored belief that hard work pays off begins to feel like a cruel falsehood. After studying the patterns of success and failure in the lives of hundreds of great men, I uncovered a devastatingly simple truth. The men who were failing were neither lazy nor unintelligent. They were drowning in their own efforts. The fault was not in their work ethic. The fault was that their work was scattered, undirected, and undisciplined. They were attempting to do everything at once, and as a consequence, they were achieving nothing of substance. This brings us to the very heart of the matter. From my study into the lives of countless ambitious men, from the titans of industry of our past to the entrepreneurs of today, I have found the common denominator of their failure. The fatal flaw is not a lack of effort. It is the lack of a single, unifying purpose, directed by an unwavering self-discipline. Consider it in this manner. Your hard work is a powerful resource, like a mighty river. If that river is permitted to flow in all directions at once, it creates a swamp, a muddy, stagnant mess of half-finished projects and diluted focus. But if you were to build dams and channels to direct the entire force of that river toward a single point, its power becomes immense. It can carve canyons and power great cities. Hard work without a single guiding purpose is akin to filling a bucket riddled with a dozen holes. Your energy, your time, and your ambition constantly drain away on tasks and worries that do not serve your ultimate goal. You may be busy, but you are not effective. You are merely patching leaks instead of building an empire. Focus is not merely a strategy for productivity. It is a state of mind that transforms scattered effort into an unstoppable momentum. As I have written, there is one quality which one must absolutely possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one truly wants and a burning desire to possess it. Without that one definite purpose, all the hard work in the world is but motion without meaning. How then do we remedy this? How do we cease being the busy fool and begin to direct our power? It comes down to a three-step framework that will turn your effort from a scattered swamp into a focused river. First, and most essential, you must know what you are laboring for. I do not speak of a vague ambition such as to be successful. I speak of a single, crystal clear, all-consuming objective. This shall be your North Star. This definite major purpose is what separates a casual interest from a burning obsession. It is the why that will see you through the how. Perhaps it is to build a business free from all debt that grants you total freedom. Perhaps it is to master a craft until you are counted among the greatest in the world. Perhaps it is to achieve a physical transformation that will grant you boundless energy. Whatever it may be, it must be singular. You cannot have 5 major purposes. You may only have one. A wise question to ask yourself is this: what is the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Take a weekend. Remove yourself to a place of quiet. Turn off your telephone and ask yourself that question relentlessly. What is the one thing that, if you achieved it, would revolutionize your life? Write it down. Refine it. Make it so clear that a child could understand it. This statement is not merely a wish. It is the new constitution for your life. Every other goal must become secondary. This clarity is the fuel for true discipline. Motivation is but a spark. It is exciting, but it is as fickle as the weather. It comes and it goes. Men of high achievement do not rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. And discipline is forged through consistent daily routines, what one might call a boring system. Why boring? Because its aim is not to excite you. Its aim is to be effective. It is the non-negotiable set of actions you must perform every single day that directly serves your one purpose. These actions should become as automatic as the rising of the sun. Successful men operate their lives on systems. Their disciplined routines make their goals inevitable. Emotion is made secondary to the schedule. If your purpose is to write a book, your system is to write 500 words each day, even when inspiration does not strike. If your purpose is to build a business, your system is to make 5 sales calls a day, even after a dozen rejections. If your purpose is to attain the best shape of your life, your system is a 30-minute workout, even when you are tired. Discipline is a muscle. At first, it is difficult, but through repetition, it grows stronger. Every time you perform the act, you are remaking your own mind to make the habit easier the next time. You cease to negotiate with yourself. You do not ask, "Do I feel like it today?" You simply do it. This boring consistency is the very thing that creates extraordinary results. Once you have your purpose and your system, the final step is to become a ruthless guardian of your focus. This requires you to master the art of saying no. Every day you will be met with distractions disguised as opportunities, a new venture, a social invitation, a request for your time on a project that sounds interesting but does not align with your definite purpose. The undisciplined man says yes to everything, for he is afraid of missing out. As a result, he makes an inch of progress in a dozen directions. The disciplined man understands that every yes to a distraction is a no to his purpose. True discipline is not about forcing yourself to do difficult things. It is about strategically eliminating everything that does not matter. Think of it as climbing a great mountain. You do not explore every side path. You adhere to the route that leads to the summit. Saying no is the tool by which you remain on that path. Say no to meetings without a clear agenda. Say no to social affairs that drain your energies. Say no to new projects until your main one is thriving. This will feel uncomfortable at first. You may disappoint some people, but you must be more committed to your long-term vision than to other people's short-term requests. Every no is a strategic choice that protects your focus and channels all your hard work toward the one thing that truly matters. If you have found this philosophy on directed effort to be of value, then I ask you to lend your support to this message and join us in spreading it further. In doing so, you help ensure that these principles reach countless other ambitious souls who are ready to stop the fruitless spinning of their wheels and begin directing their efforts toward a definite purpose. Let us put it all together. You are not stuck because you are not working hard enough. You are stuck because your hard work has been aimless. Your effort is a powerful force, but it has been scattered and wasted. The solution is not to work harder. It is to work with direction. First, you must define your single purpose, your one clear, non-negotiable goal. Second, build a boringly consistent system of daily actions that moves you toward it, regardless of how you feel. And third, you must master the art of saying no to everything that attempts to pull you off your course. Hard work is essential, but it is only a tool, and a tool is only as effective as the man who wields it. A hammer is useful for building a house, but a hammer swung randomly in the air is merely dangerous and exhausting. Cease allowing your ambition to be scattered and wasted. Stop being the busy man who runs endlessly in circles. Define your one clear direction. Build your disciplined system. Guard your focus with ruthless determination. And when your effort finally flows toward one definite purpose, your labor will no longer feel like struggle. It will become power.